Hi, good morning and welcome to Pepe'S News, the dancing frog of the news. Today, December the 7th, and the National Day of the Candles, we have a lot of interesting and amazing news for you. My name is Juan Vergara, this is Pepe'S News, and let's get started. First of all, our correspondent in Mexico, Nicolás Barreto, talks about the famous group of K-pop, Blackpink, and their rising fame. So let Nicolás talk about it.
Good morning everyone, welcome to our music news. Today I'm going to talk about a very famous girl group that has broken some records during this year and their fame is going higher and higher. So yes, I'm going to talk about Blackpink. For those who don't know, Blackpink is a South Korean girl group that was created by YG Entertainment, one of the most famous entertainment companies in South Korea. Blackpink is conformed by four beautiful girls. They are Jisoo and Jennie, who are from Korea, or Rosie, who was born in New Zealand but she was raised in Australia, so she has both nationalities. And finally, the youngest one is Lisa. She is from Thailand. But let's just talk about Blackpink during this year. So after the release of their press single How You Like That on June 26, they achieved many World Guinness records, like they have the most viewed video in 24 hours on YouTube. They also have the most viewed music video in 24 hours on YouTube. And finally, they have the most viewed music video in 24 hours on YouTube, but by a K-pop group. Also, they are already the holders of some records for the most followed female group on Spotify, and also the music group with the most subscribers on YouTube, surpassing One Direction. After How You Like That, Blackpink released their first full album called The Album, and if you think that the previous records were not enough, on October 26th they were certified million seller after selling more than 1,200,000 physical copies of their album around the world. So this is amazing because they are the first Korean girl group to achieve this record. And I really hope they will be breaking more records, because I have to be clear with this. I'm not saying the whole list of records they have. I'm just saying some of the records they achieved this year. So yeah, that's it. And thank you so much for watching us, and keep watching our news.
Now, in Buenos Aires, Argentina, there is our sports journalist, Sebastián Rincón, talking about the underwater chess and a new imaginary sport. Let's see.
Yes, Juan Esteban, good afternoon. We are fortunate to be in the city of Buenos Aires doing a short review with Peragua González and Monchito Solari, who are the biggest current stars of underwater chess and imaginary soccer tennis, respectively. The athletes were very excited to talk with us and tell us something about their respective sports that are very interesting and will be in the World Top soon. Let's go with the notes.
Soy atleta olímpico de fútbol tenis imaginario. Es igual al fútbol tenis original, pero sin pelota. Es un juego más de interpretación. Se juega un punto. El problema es que todos los puntos son polémicos, porque es una cuestión de interpretación de los jugadores. Así que nada, el partido termina cuando los dos equipos están de acuerdo que el punto valió.
¿Cuánto puede durar un partido?
Dura entre 5 minutos y una semana y media. Depende de las ganas de discutir de los jugadores. Yo la semana pasada llegué a jugar un mes y medio. A veces nos vamos los dos equipos pensando que ganamos. Y el partido se puede suspender por cuestiones climáticas. Si hay mucho viento, cambia el trayecto de la pelota, entonces se tiene que suspender. Y si la marea salta también, por una cuestión de que borra las líneas, nos quedamos sin cancha.
¿Pero por qué?
¿Y cómo vas a jugar sin cancha? No tiene sentido. Se puede jugar descalzo o con crocs lisas. Crocs con tapones altos no se puede porque está penalizado por juego brusco. Sin ir más lejos, la semana pasada uno de los competidores terminó hospitalizado.
¿Por un taponazo?
No, le cayó para el orto un choclo de la playa.
¿Qué opinas de la gente que critica el deporte?
Yo siempre cito lo que me dijo mi maestro. Él siempre me decía: en este país hay que laburar.
¿Pero qué tiene que ver?
No, ni un culo, pero me quedó marcada. La regla número 1 del deporte es que el dueño de la pelota jamás puede competir.
¿Por qué?
Imagínate que está jugando, se enoja, se va con la pelota y no deja todo sin jugar. Mi nombre es el Piragua González. González, soy atleta olímpico de ajedrez bajo el agua. Hace 3 años soy campeón olímpico en peso pluma, le gané a Flota Fernández, se murió en medio del partido, todos flasheamos que estaba haciendo tiempo, pero no, quedó seco, va mojado en realidad.
¿Por qué te dicen piragua?
Porque a todos mis rivales me bajo el agua. Por protocolo jugamos siempre en días soleados. Cuando llueve cancelamos.
¿Por qué? ¿Por la tormenta eléctrica?
No, porque se moja el tablero. Y empieza cuando el árbitro baja con las fichas hasta el fondo de la pileta. Y ahí cuando terminamos uno lo doy de jaque a bogate y los partidos más o menos duran entre 5 o 6 horas.
¿Salen a respirar cada tanto?
No, son 5 horas que nos metemos adentro.
¿Y cómo respiran?
Y por la nariz. Mi referente es mi viejo que me inició en el deporte. Ahora se tuvo que retirar, tuvo un problema con la federación porque lo encontraron traficando barrefondos. Quedó hundido. Ahora estoy volviendo a las piletas porque me saltó el doping positivo. Me encontraron cloro en sangre. Fue duro, tuve que salir a flote.
¿Son iguales las reglas al ajedrez común?
No, abajo del agua cambia. La torre pasa a ser alfil, el alfil pasa a ser rey, la reina pasa a ser peón, el peón pasa a ser alfil y el caballo es comodín.
¿Por qué comodín?
Porque abajo del agua se transforma en caballito de mar. Puede mover para todos lados todas las veces que quiera. La clave del juego es cuidar a los peones, porque peón que se duerme se lo lleva a la corriente. Hay distintas superficies en la competencia. Está ajedrez en pileta, en mar y en río. Yo compito nada más en piscina, pelo pincho y río. No, con el mar no me llevo muy bien. Ahí estoy salado.
¿Qué mensaje le dejas a los que están empezando en esto?
Y mi profe siempre me decía, primero que paguemos la cuota al día, porque si no les pego un balazo en cada gamba, hijo. Y después que no nos ahoguemos en un vaso de agua. En unos meses me voy a retirar, pero todavía no encontré reemplazo. La mayoría hacen agua.
That was all of Piragua González and Monchito Solari. I'm Sebastián Rincón for PN News, and we'll be back at the studio with Juan Esteban. Bye bye.
If we are doing that in this year, just imagine what we will be doing in 20 years. Well, let's move on to something more serious. In Ecuador, Camila Rincón has found new policies in order to benefit people with disabilities. She also will talk about some issues presented in this current pandemic. Let's see.
Yes, so among all the bad consequences that COVID-19 has had in the world, we have the educational aspect being affected as well. The digital and economical and academical gaps, divides have increased. This means that the divide between the rich and the poor, between the people who have access to the internet and who are benefited from it and the ones who are not benefited from it because they do not have access to it, the divide between these two groups of people has increased. It is estimated that about half of the world population, 3,600 billion people, do not have access to the internet. This especially affects the most vulnerable children, young adults, refugees, students with disabilities, in poverty, in rural areas, victims of forced displacement, and girls. Unfortunately, because of this, many of them have had to retire. According to the UNESCO, more than half of the 1,500 students have not been able to access to e-learning. So it is very important that the policies of the governments are directed towards making a reduction of this economical, educational, and digital gap so that there will be more equality among the population. In other news that are more positive, the government of Ecuador has really stand out when it comes to making inclusive policies that help people with disabilities overcome many problems through programs that really help them when it comes to education, health services. They are provided with wheelchairs and other instruments that really help them improve their quality of life. So the government, led by Len Moreno, who himself has a disability, has really worked towards making sure that citizens, and especially people with disabilities, are able to have better life opportunities, to grow in a very better environment that allows them to study, work, have a family, have their own house, to retire, and to live with better conditions. So this is a very good sample for other countries. Thank you.
As there are a lot of theories and thoughts about almost everything, a new one is being supported by some people. Let's see what it is about, with Francisco Charcas in Barranca Bermeja.
So, good morning everyone. This is Francisco Andres Charcas reporting a new chapter of totally field charged news of PN News. University of Barranca Bermeja has brought upon us a totally brand new research that has to see with the shape of Earth. That's it. Yes, you heard right. The shape of Earth. They said in their research that actually the shape of Earth resembles more the shape of a potato than anything else. Yes, Earth is not round, not flat either, and that is probably going to bring a new wave of new conspiracies between the people. Totally good news for everyone.
Breaking news. In this moment, Sebastián Rincón is going to give us some new information in relation to Maluma and the soccer world. Now Sebastián is in Medellin, so let's see.
Colombian Soccer Federation has announced the new coach of the Colombian national team. Many candidates were taken into account, but only one is the indicated. As you could see before, Juan Londoño Arias, Maluma, is the new coach of the Colombian national team. The Colombian has to work very hard with the team to be in the World Cup of Qatar 2022, and this is that Maluma said about his new responsibility. Pretty boy, baby. Hello people, I'm Maluma and I'm very happy to be the new coach of the Colombian national team. We're going to work very hard to achieve our goals. This was always a dream, and I want to dance salsa choque with Jerry Mina all the games. Mamacita, this is Maluma, bye bye. All Colombian people are very excited about the new stage that the Colombian national team have with a new coach. Will Maluma be able to take the team to Qatar 2022? From Medellin, Colombia, TN News, Sebastián Rincón. Bye bye.
Now coming back to Nicolás Barreto, he's surprised about the animal-assisted treatment and he wants to share it with us.
Hello again, everyone. Now I'm going to talk about animals. I hope you all love animals as I do. I really love dogs. So I found this type of therapy. It is very interesting. It is called animal assisted therapy. So yeah, I'm a little bit excited to let you know what it's all about. So let's start by clarifying what animal therapy is. According to Pilar Jaramillo, who is the project director of the Instinct Foundation, that is one of the entities that has been a pioneer in dog assisted interventions for population groups in Colombia. Animal therapy is a growing practice where dogs and other animals are used to help people to recover or better cope with health problems such as cancer, heart diseases, mental or behavioral disorders, among other clinical conditions. On the other hand, Pilar Jaramillo also tells us that activities assisted by animals are also used with another objective that is already being generated and worked with excellent results. such as providing support, comfort, and recreation to the residents of rest houses, geriatric houses, people with drug dependence or aggressiveness problems, among others. So, after this information that was given to you, I think that just the real question we have just right now is how does it work? It's easy. Just imagine that you are in a hospital, the doctor comes in and mentions the animal assisted therapy program, and he asks you if you will be interested. You say yes. So he arranges a meeting with someone that can tell you about the program. So shortly after, an assistant's dog and his trainer visit you in the hospital room. They stay there for about 10 to 15 minutes, invite you to pet and interact with the dog, and also questions can be made to the trainer. After the visit, you realize that you feel a little bit better, that you are smiling, that you feel less tired. Maybe you are feeling a little more optimistic. And yeah, then you realize that you can't wait to tell to your family everything about this dog, how charming was this dog. And yeah, when you realize, you will be just waiting for the next meeting with the dog. Animal assisted therapy is also a very good option. It's very useful because it can reduce pain, anxiety, and fatigue to those people who undergo like dental procedures, or those people who are in cancer treatments, people who are in long-term care centers. So it is basically how it works. I find it very useful, and I hope you find it useful too. So here you have the information just in case you need it. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for your attention. Hope you like it, and don't miss our next news.
That was an interesting and cute news, Nicolás. Thank you. Now let's talk about the weather. A crazy change in these days is shown by Camila Rincón. Let's see.
Yes, and we're going to continue with our next topic, which is the weather. We have had a very strange phenomenon. And basically, in Bogota, we're seeing very high temperatures. This hadn't happened in a long time because it tends to be a very cold city. So people are thinking that in these days with this climate, they might be able to get out without using all of those layers that they always have to use. While in Purification Tolima, the opposite is going on, and people are used to very high temperatures, but now it is extremely cold, and people are beginning to buy jackets because of this.
Additionally, Francisco, tell us about some upcoming special missions and the economics section of the day.
In other news, NASA is planning to send man again to the moon, but this time it's going to be real. Yes, that's it, because we are not having a Cold War or anything else that needs a cover up. Yes, they say that the tripulation will consist of 2 women and 2 men, and that they are planning to send this mission in the year of 2024. If things go right and COVID disappears to that date, the mission is going to take place in the month of November 2024. Those are really good news to us, to the humankind, and God bless America. Damn right. In other news, we have this new COVID doom. Yes, that is a term that has been talking among the people. The COVID doom will doom us all. This was Francisco Andrés Charcas Patiño reporting for PN News, and we'll see you in a brighter tomorrow.
Well, we are done with the news for today, but before we go, let's see our daily section of memes without any sense, offered by our sponsor, Free Memes Kids. Goodbye, enjoy your week, and see you tomorrow. I am Juan Vergara, and this is Pepe'S News.
Hey, get the fuck out of here.
Thank you. Just a shake. Sorry. Shake your booty.
Finding the people around too many for them to
Wait, it's all Earth? Yeah. You're an astronaut, Gary. How do you not know this? You've been training in school for this for 20 years, you fucking—
Today, I'm gonna be teaching you guys how to fall asleep in like 5 seconds. It's actually pretty easy, bro. Okay.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I have just one thing to say to you.
Oh, I'm wet. You want something to eat?
What is that? I don't know, it's a pet or something. A pet? Serves you right.
Return to the mat. And Hulk.
Throw it back.
Stay dripped to the feet, night ticks on fleet. Fuck with it, fuck me, fuck shorty, fall free. Ain't no.
Oh, Mr. Incredible, or Mr.
My boy is proposing. They grow so fast. Jacob did not tell you to get them.
Now, in Buenos Aires, Argentina, there is our correspondent of sports, Nicolás.
Yes, continuing with the weather, we have a very strange.
But let's just talk about Blackpink's records in this year. So,
The new coach of the Colombian national team, many candidates.
Hi, welcome and good morning to Pepe'S News.
so let's start by
Good afternoon.
Well, first of all, our correspondent in Mexico, Nicolás Barreto, talks about the famous girl group of K-pop, girl generation.